Hello, traders, and happy Thursday. My name is Anna, and I am head coach at Leveraged. And with me today, I have Devet, trader, great guy altogether. I'm doing an intro for you, putting you on pedestal. But
No,
yeah, I have Devet with me. We're going to do market analysis. We'll talk a little bit about the AI analysis that I'm doing. For the account, and then we'll have the conversations around trading
awesome.
as usual. So yeah,
I'm
David,
sure you.
tell
I'm
us.
sure you've already made 5% on the AI challenge account. Looking forward
I'm
to seeing
sure I
that.
did. I'm sure
I'm
I
sure you
did.
did.
No. Oh my. Good morning, good morning. We have traders joining in. Hello guys. Where are you joining from? Because David is in South Africa, I'm in Latvia, and we just spoke that our weather is not doing great. And obviously, well,
No.
it's winter in South Africa, right? But
Mm.
it's summer in Latvia, and we're both sitting with 13 degrees Celsius. And for me, it's raining, pouring down the rain. So it's not great. So I hope wherever you're guys, it's a little bit better.
Oh,
Again,
Germany.
we have South Africa and we have Germany. Oh my. It's cold and sunny. Oh, how can it be cold and sunny?
I have cloudy weather. So, Keenan, I'm not sure where you're from in Cape Town, but we have cloudy weather.
Cloudy weather. Yeah. Um okay. Well, debate, how is your week so far?
Week has been good and challenging. Currently going through a bit of a rough patch.
Mm-hmm.
Struggling a bit, and I think, and like we said previously, I think the pressure of also sharing everything or sharing the journey or sharing can sometimes be quite challenging and
Mm-hmm.
add extra pressure. But I think the best in times of when you're struggling or going through a losing period or just not sure exactly where you just you're not feeling the market, you're not feeling comfortable. It's best to either reduce risk, take less
Mm-hmm.
trades, or just not trade at all, and
Yeah.
take a day or two off. Heard someone else say the other day the importance of taking time off from trading.
Mm-hmm.
I think both when you're having good days and bad days, just because emotion trading can get works on your emotions, the good and the bad side of it, just to get back to kind of a neutral state. So that's something I need to consider. Not just something I'm thinking about is just we need to take good resting periods in trading as
Mm-hmm.
well.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but
I agree. It's
mm,
really true though, like because when you just go into that mental state of like every day is a trading day, every day I need to make money, or every
mm,
day I need to be there. It's like it's not like that. I actually deliberately used to have like the sides one Wednesday morning or Thursday, whatever. I wake up and I'm like, I'm not gonna trade this day. Because it was like a you need to train yourself to like, I'm
yes,
not gonna trade it and just put away that side of like, hey, I need
mm,
to make money with trading. Like, you know what, you don't, because trading is all about long term. So it's like
mm,
it's really really good to have those days off. So anyhow, David, I hope that your situation will, I don't know how to say it, not situation, but things will improve.
yeah,
Because I've seen David doing really 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 well. And one thing I do need to say, the markets have changed and it has been a rough patch, not only for yourself, David, like also for me,
mm,
and a lot of traders also are going through these rough patches. But the thing is, what keeps us, like in the zone and like persistent and all that is that we know when to step back or when to lower the risk or when to
mm,
take time off and just keep ourselves also like accountable to state like, you know what,
yes,
like I need to be responsible, and I cannot go on that complete full lose of control and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Keenan says very good. I had to take a week off last week, the whole week. See? And you're still alive. You're still here. So it's all
you're
good.
still there.
Yes. Oh my. Okay. Look at that, David. 25 degrees. That would be nice,
Oh,
right?
that would be nice.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
I'm waiting for December holiday. We will have that and more.
oh. Well, apparently it's coming tomorrow in Latvia. So hopefully some German
Enjoy
weather
it.
is coming my way. But yeah, anyhow, so I have started to trade with AI analysis that the leveraged offers, and I picked just like one account that I'm going to take only the AI setups,
Mm.
basically. And so yeah, and I kind of want to update you where is it sitting at. So this is the account. I started, big impressive numbers, 1 million accounts. This is our executive program where you have 3 phases to pass, and I have been trading. I believe. Let me see the whole history. I think I started to trade on 30th of June. So these are all the trades that I have taken.
Mm.
And you can see, there are losses. So it's not just rainbow and sunshine all the time. And the one thing takeaway I can take, or I can share is that even if you trade with AI analysis, you still need to have that human brain in there. Like you need to
Yes.
have that experience, right? And I did talk about it with the I don't know, did I talk about it or not? Like I don't know, but anyhow, I was saying
Okay.
that even if you have that, yeah, I think we talked about it last time
Mm.
that we
We did
can
talk.
use this as a confirmation, right? But you
Yes.
still have to have some kind of sense of what's going on in the market. Either put your key levels in there or do look at the patterns. Try to find confirmation,
Mm.
like other confirmation than just
Your own
rather just, oh,
confirmation that, yeah.
yes, exactly. Then just like, saying that AI is showing me what to do. Uh, so, and also what I do, because obviously when AI analysis comes, then we can see the suggested stop loss,
Mm.
suggested take profit. But many times I actually need to adjust it because it just the way I see the market, it doesn't make sense. Why should I put
Yes.
it in there? So
Can I
that's why it is really important
can I
to.
ask you a question about the AI analysis I think other users might also have? It's based on or how it's displayed on the dashboard. It either
Mhm,
shows a red arrow or a green arrow
mhm.
triangle or a neutral a gray one. Does
Yeah,
that mean anything? Is it more
like
probable if it's red to go short or green if it goes to go up? Or
like
I'm just
this in here,
curious.
the bits. So you can see in here. So for example, let's look. Wait, but I need to pull this comment up. Okay, listen, I love the vet. We have the best supporters. Wives
The
and
best
husbands
support.
are always best supporters. Right. So see when it comes to like the analysis, it's just I think I haven't noticed, like yes, the like grayish color is just gonna be like it's more neutral, right?
Okay.
The green is like it's going up and the red is going like orangey
Mm.
something orangey it's going down. And I believe the same thing because this is where you can get the analysis, but also on your dashboard that's where you will get more insights. And
Oh, so you can get it on your leveraged on the C trader as well.
yes, you can get it on the C trader, like everywhere in here. And obviously that's also like good. Look at that, US 30 has a lot of analysis. And
Yes.
and also like quality, it's really important. And that's why I also say to the traders, just because AI analysis says to sell doesn't mean you have to,
Doesn't mean you
because
have
you
to.
need
Yes.
to look at through also another thing that in your dashboard you will be able to find the performance. You can
Mm.
actually see how well is it performing, and I believe the best performing pair is actually Aussie dollar,
Oh,
which for me, I think it, well, look at that. I took the profit here, but I took the loss in here.
yes.
So I think I only took 2 trades on Aussie dollar, to be fair. Let's see symbol. Yeah, no, 3 trades.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 wins and a
And
loss.
it's just in a little bit of profit because so what I'm also doing, by the way, so it's just like
Mm.
not like random risk or anything like that. You can see that when I lose around 2,500, which is 0.25%.
Yes.
So and I derivative like I just wanted to make sure that I keep the very low risk because obviously I could have went in 1% risk and now would have been, what, almost 2% up, right?
Yes.
But
2%.
yeah, but then I this is my first time using AI analysis. And it's
Mm.
like I say to everyone, you need to have some kind of data to be
Yes.
able to say, hey, I want to trade with it. So this is exactly
Mm.
what I have done. That's why I kept so this is more like a, kind of back testing thing, or not back
Mm.
testing, forward testing, right? Because I'm testing in the real
In the
market
real
condition.
life. Real life. Yes.
Yes. So and look at that, like let me see. I'll do all
It will also
history.
be interesting to see for the months, which months it performs better than other months.
Yeah, but that's like a long way to go because it only started end of the June. So we're
So
only
in
like
the
2 weeks in, 2 weeks
uh,
in. So it's gonna be a long. But but I think it's also so important to come here and share realistic results. This is not
yes,
nothing
you
made
have
up.
to.
Like this is, I take all these trades and I think I just want to be transparent and show traders that yes, the AI analysis is actually great for you as a trader to look for that extra confirmation. And I think also the vet said, for his the way he trades, if there's a VWAP and I still struggle to say that.
You have. No,
VWAP.
I think
VWAP.
that was spot on. Well
Okay.
done.
VWAP. Okay. That was spot on. And then you can use that to see what the AI analysis is saying. For example,
Mm,
GU is going to go down because there's resistance. I don't know, like support level is broken or something like that, right? And then it's like an extra confirmation.
yes.
But yeah, but this is going to be interesting. So I'm still going to keep the same risk. So and you will be able to see that the risk is going to stay. I mean, I see
Mm,
that in here DAX 30, it got to 2.7, and also here was 2.7k loss, but all the losses are around 2.5. And if I take
mm,
smaller loss, that's simply because sometimes I make a decision as a human, again, not like an
yes.
AI.
You
Um,
intervene.
yes, intervene because I want to make sure that I'm cutting my risk,
Mm,
and making sure. The same thing in here. I closed these trades, earlier than, and then the thing is, I closed them because wait, where was it? Let me see. Like, see, yesterday I closed the trade in here, and look what happens. It just shoots up. Like these
shoots
are
up all
the
the way.
worst. The same thing in here. They're just like the worst. And I want to be transparent here, guys, and also say that I only trade GU and EU and used to
Mm,
trade GJ, but not anymore. So it's like for me, indices is something out of my comfort zone. Like I'm not comfortable trading with them, and because I haven't traded them, and I know they move way differently than my forex pairs, which is GU and
mm,
EU. So it's also something like new for myself, and I think it's actually good because as traders, it's good to improve because I
yes.
think once you start your journey, you will just keep on improving as a trader because there's always something to work on. And
Mm,
even if you know your trading plan from the top to the bottom, there's still so much you can improve in your mindset, the way how you control your emotions, the tools
mm,
that you use to control your emotions as well. So it's like you're constantly on the journey.
yes.
So yeah, but well, this is so far, the results today. To be fair, I haven't looked at the charts today. It was a busy morning, and yeah, we'll see. I'll look at the charts. I'll look at the AI analysis later on, and
Okay.
also I want to say that you know what, I'm not taking every single signal in there. So,
No.
and it's because I have a life. I need to work
Yes.
for Deliverage as the head coach. I'm a mom of four. I'm a trader myself, right? So it's like there's a lot of things that I need to, do. So I
To
cannot
do,
just sit,
yeah.
yeah, and take all the setup. So, but so far, it is what it is, and I will keep on updating. And I'm making a separate video as well, just to show how exactly I'm using the AI analysis. So
Mm,
maybe that could be help of yours as well, and hopefully I can post it the next week. And it's going to be posted just here on the YouTube. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's exciting to see how it's going to go. Yeah, but anyhow, Devet, let's talk about what's going on in the market now. Let's see what you are seeing. Let's look what you have in your mind today.
Okay. This is one trade that I looked at. We have a
Looks good.
small but small little 1 hour fair value gap there. And we
Oh
also
yeah.
have a, so I looked at this confluence as well as a
Hmm.
bullish order block as well, but the 1 hour fair value gap sitting there as well. And it's a
Yeah.
Barbie up. So this is looking nice.
Did you
Um,
take the trade?
yes, I did take this trade.
Nice.
So yeah, let's see how that works out. Um, let's look at, I'm not sure where to start. GU. Yesterday, GU gave me a hiding in this consolidation. I was thinking, no, it's
Mhm.
going up, then it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. So this was, and I think it's best to avoid as soon as you see prices just moving sideways. And even if I put the view up on, can see that
Mm-hmm.
price is not trending. It's just literally just in a straight line. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
real movement. And then from this day, if you put a new one on there, different picture, starting
Mm-hmm.
it's already moving up higher. But then again, just consolidating, just moving sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing exciting about it. EU what I looked at was price retracing back into this area. We have a 1 hour fair value gap there. But
Mm-hmm.
noticed how we have the 1 hour fair value gap, but price traded into it, failed to go higher. So when you have a fair value gap and you see price react off of it, you want to see an immediate reaction towards the upside. And ideally, you want to see price create new fair value gaps going higher, right? So that's a way to kind of validate that fair value gap. But now price traded into it. So now the way I use them is that I don't see this 1 hour fair value gap as a fair value gap anymore. So I disregard it. Now I look at the last candle that traded into it and gave a reaction as a swing low as the area
Mm-hmm.
that I would take a trade off. So then this candle becomes the kind of the, let's call it the point of interest, or the area that I would want to base trades off of. So then I would want to see price sweep this low and then create a new fair value gap like this to go long
Mm-hmm.
from. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're
Makes sense.
failing to do that. So we're
Mm-hmm.
not doing that, but we're also not creating really bearish fair value gaps towards the downside. So now we traded below this low. I think we traded below it, kind of just stinked below it. So now, ideally, I would want to see bullish, before I get involved in this, I want to see bullish fair value gaps going up
Mm-hmm.
higher. So this is now all still based off of the fact that we have a new day view up. Okay, but here's now the other thing. Look how we're below it already. So now buys would only make sense if we have a strong break above the new day view up and we create a new fair value gap to go long from. And then
So
let's
you're
swing
more
high.
long. So you're more bullish than bearish, or you're kind
I'm
of
more, I'm
undecided.
kind of indecisive. I'm bullish for the fact
Okay.
that we traded below previous. There's the
Mm-hmm.
previous, well, there's the previous weekly low. So all of this was below the previous weekly low, right there, and we trending back into the previous week's range, and there's the high of previous week. So there we have the previous weekly candle, the body, the range of the previous weekly candle. So if we were to see price going higher, I would want to see price go above it. So currently, I think I'm seeing mixed signals. So I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
potentials for longs, but I'm also seeing, okay, what we're reacting off of some zones to the left that we're reacting off of, which makes it more bearish. So all in all, EU, I don't have a bias on it, to be honest. I thought
Mm-hmm.
longs, like in the morning when I just saw price coming into this fair value gap. Yes, I thought I got longs potentially, but now it's not giving any clear signals for me personally.
Yeah.
Pound yen. Um, let's start off of the daily. Okay, so this on the daily. This is always nice if I go on a pair and I see the daily and I see it's reacting off of a fair value gap.
Mm-hmm.
If it reacts off of this fair value gap, then my target would be most recent swing high. So now I get an area of context. So now my tradable area would be from this low to that high. So then I would be looking for trades in this area. Okay. If I then jump to the lower time frames, I would want to see bullish fair value gaps. Nothing on the
Mm-hmm.
4 hour, 1 hour. Okay, here we had a 1 hour fair value gap. This is exactly what I spoke about just now. Noticed how this candle traded into it,
And then
into
had
the
a
fair value
rejection.
gap,
Yeah.
pushed up higher, but it failed to make a new bullish fair value gap.
Mm-hmm.
So then this low becomes the point of interest. So then I'm not looking at this as a fair value gap anymore, but I'm looking at this low. When we
Mm-hmm.
sweep this low, so the low that pierced the fair value gap, which is this low,
Yeah.
we sweep it, And now I would be looking for 1 hour or bullish fair value gaps to go higher,
Mhm.
because my objective would then be the swing high. On a 30-minute, nothing. 15-minute, nothing. 5-minute, nothing.
Nothing.
So we had the small one over here. So ultimately, there's nothing on GJ. Even though I do believe price is going up higher, I'm not getting
Mhm.
price action that allows me to get involved in there. Let's
Hmm.
quickly talk about. Ah, gold is moving nicely.
Yeah, look at that. Maxiel says, I'm waiting at gold to break the 3.336 resistance zone, the volume
Three, three.
looking good, and to start new build bullish trend. And Keenan also said that he is in the gold. You guys, the gold is smashing. Well done.
Gold is doing well. So let's quickly look at gold. Let's do it also from top down. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so again, there is our bullish daily fair value gap, but we failed to make a high or to move
Mm-hmm.
higher from it. So then I'm looking at the wick that pierced the trade into it. Okay, we had this one, failed to make a high. Then I'm looking at this one now, failed to make a high. Then I'm looking at, so it ends up being the previous daily low. So if we just look at most recent price action, the previous day swept the days before low, closed
Mm-hmm.
bullish inside.
Yeah.
So the buyers would then be to look for price to trade up to the previous high, because there's no fair value gaps. So that's the range that we have to be trading, that we have to trade in. If we then drop to the 4 hour, so we have then this bullish fair value gap. Okay, price did not trade above it or come back into it. That was like at the end of yesterday, but then we have a new day. Price opens up, and on the 1 hour, we see price going up above the view up, and we create a fair value gap. So based off of the fact that we swept the previous daily low, traded up towards the upside, traded
Mm-hmm.
above the high, and we have a drawn liquidity or objective as the previous daily high. So if you want to hold this, that would be the holding trade. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to the upside, we have a 1 hour favorite gap. If we drop to the 30 minutes, exactly, so you can. This is a good example again on the 30 minutes time frame. Like I said, so this favorite gap gets straight into by this candle, but
Mm-hmm.
it moves up. If it doesn't create new bullish fair value gaps, then I'm looking at this low as the next area for it to react off of, and we
Yeah.
see price nicely react off of that low and move up nicely. So this is a good trade so far, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just following the biases from the higher time frame down to the lower time frames. 336, where's 336? Yeah, we have some resistance up here.
Mm-hmm.
How would you draw a 4 hour zone in this area? Do you have a 4 hour zone?
Oh my goodness, gold is so messy.
It is
um,
up, down, up.
Actually, let me share my screen and I'll
Yes, go
I'll
for
try
it.
and put where the I'll try and put where the gold is. So if I go in 4 hours, the one thing when it comes to like picking the zones is always look left. So I have some of them like in here already. So but then in here, oh, it's so messy. So messy. So struggling to it. So this could be, one zone in here.
Okay.
Go break, fail, go lower, again, break. But like in here, obviously you can also see maybe something in here, but this is like just not clean. Like these
No,
charts are
it's not
not clean.
clean. It's
No,
not
not
clean
clean
chart.
at all. The only thing it's what I noticed for as well, like, guys, I don't trade gold, so I don't have a lot of experience, but something like these equal lows, right? Like in
Mm,
here, that's the tendency for the price to actually, go and take these lows,
mm,
or at least retest them and, go higher. Um, but currently, I think the gold can easily go, to this like area in here. But other than that, I think if I zoom out a lot, then this is what, this is the range in here. So we're
Mm,
just trading really nicely. And I mean, look at that. It made the all-time high, tried to go for another one, failed, and
failed.
moved lower. Like took these lows, and we thought, oh, maybe the gold is now going to go and, at least take this low, but never did. So just
Mm,
really nicely rejected this and went higher. Again, tried to take the high and failed. But what I do see now is like there is, the trend is like turning more bullish. So this was like a bullish push, a little pullback, and now
pullback.
we could be starting to, yeah, I think now we could be, but again, can you hear how I'm talking? Could,
Mm. It's
would, a lot
50-50.
of,
There's no.
yeah, a lot of uncertainty in there because, yeah, this could be the case that we start to build the bullish momentum now and we take out the highs. But like to really see that, we just need to probably drop to like lower time frame and just try and figure out what is
Yes.
happening. Like one thing I do notice is that there is this tunnel, you can call it, or I don't know, for those who trade patterns, right? So there was this trend and we did broke it, right?
Yes.
And now
Please
it's
keep
just,
your dotted line there, because I know your dotted line is magic, and
yeah, my dotted line is magic, guys. If you haven't
your
heard
arrow
the
line,
story, but yeah, my dotted lines is like, that's why I'm a successful trader. I just put my lines, and once it's
and
there,
price follows
the
it.
market does what I want it to do. I
Exactly.
wish it was true, right? But it doesn't work that way. But like, yeah, I mean, and the thing is, again, this is where I like to keep things simple. And if I can't see, things that's going on in the market, I'm just like, I need to
Mm,
remove everything and just keep it simple. So if
yes.
there's a zone where I see the zone one in here and then another one like in here, then, I'm not going to try and push to find something, you
You're gonna
know,
wait for price to return to those
and I'm just
areas,
going to
and
wait
then.
for those zones to,
Mm,
yes, exactly. Because the thing is, once I start to over analyze, then
mm,
it comes into that analysis paralysis thing where
yes.
you just start to take everything. You look at all the possible, let me put all these trend lines in here. Oh, look at that. We're so nice and bullish. I mean, I don't know, it makes sense or not, but it's,
Yes.
it's just like you start to do so much
So many
analysis
things.
on the charts that you later on, maybe like 5 minutes later, it just
Mm,
doesn't make sense anymore. um but I mean, I do want to say that I see gold bullish, you
okay.
know just also because of the geopolitical events and all that.
Mm.
And if I would need to, sell gold, I would be like, oh, I don't know. But if I
Yeah,
need
people
to buy
still
gold,
hold on
then
to the gold.
yeah, I would be more up for the gold buys. Matt
Mm,
Sales says that my target on gold is 3.38. So 3.38, which is, yeah, this high in here on 4 hour, completely makes sense. So it's just for that target to be reached, you first need to see what's going to happen, in this
and,
area in here,
mm,
like this little like area in
and
here, because I don't know.
and for me, previous day high and low are always sensitive areas. You will get either
Mm,
a reaction of it, a pullback, but you're bound to get a reaction from the previous
yeah,
day high, which is that high more or less where your zone is right now.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, we will see how it's gonna go,
mm,
but I would be more bullish. But then today, I quickly had a look. I mean, I know this is a bit messy, but I took a look and I'm like, this is so messy. Like
mm,
this price action. Look at these wicks. It's just wicks down, and I mean, overall, you think yes, it is going bearish. So I would say selling is
mm.
more just, yeah, I would say sales, but it's just, it is so messy.
No, it's very messy.
So I think where I would love to sell would be if the price, goes this and then I have some kind of reaction. So one sales could be
Yes.
from here. Um, and then another one's really, really hard to find. So this is also like 15 minutes. I mean, yeah, no wonder yesterday traders struggled because I took two losses on GU. but I got a win on EU yesterday, and it was
Hmm.
just like, the craziest win ever, because I was selling in here. I took the profit literally by the pen, right? And
And
it
it
just
reversed on
went
you.
again. Yes. So it was like the craziest trade ever.
Yeah, that was
Um,
great.
yeah, I mean, it was. It was. So it's
Would
really
you
hard
be
to say.
would you be buying again if it reaches that 4 hour zone now?
Yes. I think this is still strong area, but also the thing
No,
is, the
sorry, the one
more,
above it. The one above it.
oh, the one above, oh, like,
No, 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 no. One closest to price
or
now. From yes,
this
that
one
one.
here, it's really messy. So this is like 15 minutes, right? So we can see
Okay.
one point in here. Then we did respect it, right? Tried to move
Mm,
higher, but we did break, and then eventually we came, because this is the 4 hour zone in here.
mm.
My charts are very messy, guys, today. Normally it's cleaner, but you can see, like, this is 4 hour, and this blue one in here, it's like 4 hour and daily zone in there, which is like higher up,
Mm.
right? So this is the 4 hour zone, and the one thing is, it's been retested so many times that I think if we go down to here, we could have a small pullback, but then we could
Just
start
continue
to
lower.
move lower and fill all this. Um, so yeah, I
Yes,
think
could
I
be.
would. I think I would like to be a seller. The one thing, Devet, do you ever look at the DXY?
I rarely look at the DXY.
I mean,
I know
I
I know a
do.
lot of traders look at it, but I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it is at like these really, really strong levels there. Um,
Mm,
but I mean, look, see, my arrows is not working, because from here I said it's gonna go higher. It didn't work. Okay, it went lower. So, but Maxi says, look on oil, crude oil. It's even more messier. Oh, I bet it is. I bet. Um, XTY was at USD, right? Let's see. 4 hours. No, it's actually nice. I think we could go for the fill in here. What do you think of that? It's I call it a free traffic.
uh,
It's like a free traffic to the left. There's a free traffic. All we're gonna do is just, slowly, slowly but surely we'll go higher. Um, yeah. Could be, if you take like this and then use it as a support here, it could be a bias. Could be a nice setup. I think also the oh no, the AI analysis says that US crude oil is going down, trending down. So
you
so
see the red and green triangles and then the gray ones. That's what I was
yeah,
referring to. Yeah.
yeah. More neutral, maybe approaching support, because it's approaching, and this is
Yes.
already
Broken
broke
through.
through the support.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
this one in here is broken through, broken through, broken through.
So
And
the
this
one
one
is
here is
approaching or setting
approaching.
up, and the other one is already on its
Yeah.
way.
So when it's just approaching, you like this one, for example, USD chef, right? Like when it's just approaching that level, then you kind of want to be more careful, I guess.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's interesting. Although, let me put on 15 minutes. What was it analysis on 15 minutes? Spot on. This was a spot on.
Well, it
Yeah.
says to buy, right?
Yeah, it says to buy, which means
27977.
7977, yeah. 7977, which is in here, which makes sense, like to buy all the way to this high in here. It does make sense.
Yes, and there I would see there's a bullish favor gap, so that would be how I would then
Mm,
buy from that area.
yeah, let's see on 1 hour. I struggle with fair value gaps. I think fair value gap in this case would be from this high, like from this high to that low there.
Yes, and then you want to have one above it as well,
One above.
just
Where
to the
where is
left.
it?
Can zoom in there. There, right there.
Oh, like, wait. This one here.
Yes.
Okay, nice. A little less than unfair value gaps. Sorry about that, guys. Maxiel says also waiting for the oil. Yeah, the oil. I mean, it looks nice. Let's buy together. Let's move the market, guys. Don't listen to me. Hopefully, you read the disclosure there. Please do not enter the trades. Don't listen to me and Devet. We're just sharing our ideas, right? Right. What pairs do you both trade the most? I only trade EU and GU. Devet, how about you? You trade way
Uh,
more.
I trade a few more, or
Yeah.
let's rather say I look at a few more, but I don't necessarily trade all of them.
Hmm.
I would say gold, Nasdaq
Yeah.
for indices, GU, EU, and then pound yen
Mm-hmm.
occasionally. Those are I think, 5 major ones. Oh, and sometimes the DAX. The DAX moves nice in London session.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen you trade DAX. Yeah. So that's
yes.
two indices. You trade NASDAQ
DAX and,
and
and DAX,
DAX.
yes. That's
Do
with
you
the
trade US
indices.
30?
No,
No, I call it a
no.
beast. US 30 is a beast.
Yes. No, I don't like US30 that much. I don't know. When I started looking at indices, Nasdaq was just the one that I don't know. I understood the best or looked. I just
Mm,
no. We found. I found a connection.
yeah, you found a connection.
Found a connection.
Nice.
Uh, but yeah. But then I look at pound yen, but then I would also look at USD JPY and Euro JPY. But
Mm-hmm.
more in the sense of just looking at all the yen pairs moving in the same direction, or is there
Mm-hmm.
one that's doing something different completely?
Yeah.
Um, there was a time that I just traded GU. I looked at nothing else but just GU. I
Mm,
remember. So some people
yeah.
say it's better to have one pair. Others say no, should have more than one pair.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the trade on the USD chef.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share. Um, so this is the C trader here. So this is how I'm gonna do it. So basically, it says that this is the target, right? And I'm gonna put my stops below this, which is 14 pips. So I'm gonna buy.
Okay.
I'm gonna set 14 pips, and I'm gonna be risking 2.5. So, but 14.10, I believe. 20. There we go. Right, executed A analysis trades, and my take profit is 7. I'm gonna keep it in here. I know it says to
Yes.
target these highs, but I'm just gonna
But just
keep
keep
it
it in
lower.
there.
Yeah. Also, another thing is that with AI analysis, when it comes to risk to reward, right? So we can check in here that this risk to reward, um, it's not 1 to 2. Like for me personally, like when I trade it, it's 1.62. So when I take the
Mhm.
trades, I always, for my strategy when I trade, I need to have at least 2 hour trade to be able to say, hey, this trade is actually worth it to put the risk
Yes.
on. But with AI analysis, many times I will actually also see negative risk to reward trades, which
Yes.
is obviously not the best for the win. Like the win rate also needs to be higher then, and
Mm.
so that's not the ideal. But because I'm testing it, I want to see it. So like in this case, if I would target, what the AI says, like 7.9, which
Mm.
is in here, then I think I actually would be very close to, yeah, it's actually over 2 hour, right? But I think I'd rather put like a safer
Safer one.
target,
Yes.
yes, to just, in these highs in here. So like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks good. Let's see if it plays out.
Let's see if it plays out. So, and also if we are buying USD chef, that means the EU then is going to go down because those are the
Negatively
pairs that are,
correlated.
yes, they are correlated negatively, right? That's
Mm.
how it would be to say properly, I
Yes.
guess. Um,
Yes.
properly. How to say it properly. But
Properly.
um, but yeah, we will see how this is going to go. That's my first trade today. I mean, it makes sense because if you look at it, it did break the high in here, like the previous high, right?
Mm.
So like this was broken in there. I'm going to take this one off, but the previous high was broken. My line is very thin. Let me put the thicker line on this. So yeah, this was broken. And now we'll see how is it going to do. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if it's going to hold or not. But yeah, overall, if we're buying USD Chef, then, you know, the Euro
You should
USD,
go.
yeah, it should go down. Oh, this is 5 minutes. That's what I thought. Why is it so? Okay, that's much better. The only thing though, what I see in here is like this resistance area. So this was resistance. I'll actually let me fill this in. Fill. Oh, not like that. Right. So in here, you know how we use this as a resistance, then it was broken, and this is first time testing the support. So
Support.
actually, yeah, this would be, you know, one of the setups that actually I would like to
Like it's a buy.
take as a buy, yeah, and just put it below, you know, this low in here, and just target the highs to our trade. And if this is the case, that means this trade is gonna go to stop loss, guys. So
Because then you're trading it against each other.
yeah. So Maxi says, Anna, are you a range or trend trader or something in between both?
Something else.
So
A pullback.
something else. I'm a unicorn. Some people say I'm an alien, you know, but but I mean, I trade 4-hour zones, but I will also trade the range on 4 hours, and I will use the 15-minute zones then. So like this setup would be, you know, you can say, I mean, I would struggle. Is this pullback? Is this continuation? It's just break and retest of,
It's a
you know, this.
continuation, I think, for me.
It's a continuation, I would say as well. Yeah. But yeah, alien is crazy. Yeah, I have been called many ways. The universe has missed you, Anna. Well, universe, I missed you too. We're just nice today. But
It's nice
yeah,
having the universe with us.
I know, right? But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it was. Look at here. I was selling, but I think also what happened here, you know, it's the same principle that there was a support. It was broken,
Yes,
retested,
broken.
and then, but this is AI analysis. This is not me. But I would
Yes.
see the trade in here. You know, that this
After
would
that
be,
50 minutes.
yeah, after that 15-minute bearish closure, because this is, you know, and I take it above, you know, the previous high, which is this one. So I would be, and then I would target these lows in there. And I always target my targets. They're always not the wicks, but the body. So I always make sure that
Bodies.
my target is actually in the body, you know, like in here.
I've
That.
often targeted the wicks and then price stops just before it and
I
reverses
say
on you.
Wix lie, the
Yes.
Wix lie.
You lie.
That's why I'm like, that's why I don't like targeting Wix, because they just simply lie to you, lie brutally in your face. They just, you know, they are the gossip tellers. That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, we will see how this goes, because like it makes sense. But at the same time, you know, to be fair, if I would be trading this, I would not be
You
buying
wouldn't.
that,
You're not
because like
buying.
there's no really confirmation here. I mean, where
No.
I could buy was let me see if I can copy paste this into another chart. Can I? Oh, I don't know what I did. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see where I would actually, you know, where I would buy. Let's put this in here. I'm gonna. I like trading view for analysis. You know, the C
Yes, I
trader is
prefer
great, but
for executing.
trading view is just for analysis. So where would I buy? I don't know. It's hard to say, but like, I mean, I like this support because we came once, then second time was really big, and this was a retest. I mean, it did look like it's gonna break, but what happened was it never gave the bearish closure below the zone, and it came back
Mm.
up, right? So I could be buying in here. But this is, again, obviously it's really clever for me to say, oh, I would buy in here because I know already what has happened. I don't want to
You've
be
seen
like,
what happened.
yeah. So because I've seen it all that. So now it's like really easy for me to say what the
Mm.
price is, where I would go in and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the reality is, different. So, but yeah. Universe says, oh, that's a long comment. I was worried because you hadn't updated your YouTube for a long time. Last time I checked, all your videos were gone. I'm so happy you're back. You're like my comfort person in trading. Ah, thanks. My YouTube is down, loading. It's loading. It's loading. It's on the loading. Oh my. But yeah, oh, Devet, look at that. This is not good. This is
No.
not good. We're taking the trade and we're losing the trade. This is terrible.
We can say it's AI's fault. It's not our fault. It's AI's
Yeah,
fault.
it's AI's fault, guys. This was AI analysis. This is not Anna's analysis. This is AI. And so we're just, we're doing as an AI analysis says us to do. But I mean, even then, like so far, it's been great results. The one thing I'm really actually, for especially as a prop firm trader, right? We need to make sure that when you decide to trade with the prop firm, you need to make sure
Mm.
that your risk management is actually really much aligned. And for example, if you see that I go through the drawdowns, like, I take 3 losses, 2 small wins, another 3 losses, this is a really dangerous place to be, because if you take more, losses in a row, then it's going to get harder mentally to start to
Mm.
move on with your prop account, because you're already in the drawdown. So that's why I think it's really important to see what is your losing streak, right? So what is your losing streak rate? Is it 5, 6, 8, 10, whatever? And
Yes.
then from there, then you can decide what is the risk I want to use.
Mm.
And because for the executive portfolio manager's accounts, the daily drawdown is 3% and the
Yes.
overall drawdown is 6%. And I thought, well, 0.25% just feels this is a safe spot. And also, I'm going into this not knowing any data.
No,
So
you
I
have no
thought it would
data.
be, it would be quite crazy for me to go and say, by the way, Devet, I'm risking 1%. So that
Good
would
luck.
be, yeah, that would be not nice. So,
No, you would have
but
blown the
yeah,
account already if you risked 3%, 1%,
um,
because you had 3 losses in a row. So that would have
yes,
been daily
yes,
drawdown.
yes. So that would be bye-bye.
No.
I would be singing goodbye song to the million accounts. And you know what, guys? Another thing is also, I understand, I'm testing this and all that, but still the numbers play a big part. And I remember in, my beginning days of as of like the building stage as a trader, where I was like trying to build the capital and all that. And I remember how hard it was to look at those numbers, because, suddenly from trading like $100 of risk, suddenly you're
Mm.
going to $1,000, or when you have multiple accounts, you're going $2,000,
Yes.
$3,000, and it's like it's a really, really big like mental struggle. And I
Mm.
remember what I used to do. I was actually having a small demo account, which was like £500 or something, and
Okay.
then I would make it my master account, and I
Oh,
would
and trade
trade
on
on
that.
it just so I can see. But obviously, it's like it's like a trick. You're tricking yourself, because in the back of
Mm.
my mind, I knew exactly what risk I'm going to put in, because I know how much capital I have.
Yes.
So it was like it,
Especially
it
if
worked
you,
and it didn't. Yeah.
yeah, especially if you go and look at what happened on the
Yeah.
big capital accounts, then that small
Yes.
capital account doesn't really mean much in
I
terms of your
know.
mindset.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's a big thing though. Like on the coaching sessions here at Leveraged, which by the way, guys, you can get one-on-one coaching once you're a funded trader. Then what we talked about a lot with traders was like just to find that right amount where you feel I am actually comfortable with that.
Mm.
Because once you are like, some of them can be like, oh, I'm too overprotective of the account. And then what happens is you're not even using your full potential, right? Because, if
Mm.
you have a capital sitting in there, you have 100K in capital, but you're trading with like $50 risk, something's wrong, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like you're giving yourself way too many lives. And I don't know, David, how you count, but for me, when it comes to prop trading, I always count how many lives I have, as in like
Okay.
1% loss. You know, like if I take 1%, if you trade executive portfolio manager, then it's like you have 6 lives.
Yes.
If you trade senior, then you have 10 lives. And it's like,
Yes.
and then you can just split them and make them into 20 lives, 30
Yes.
lives, for 40,
40, 50 lives.
Yes, exactly. But if you make it to 100 and then you look at your data that you very rarely use more than 10 lives, it's like, why are you doing this? And then it comes
Exactly.
back to that mental, it's so much stress, especially for the traders who get funded for like the first time. There's like two types. One is who's going to go full in, I'm going to make millions of pounds, or another one who's really protective because, but Anna, I've been through like 3 months of trading and I finally got funded. I'm going to
Yes.
persevere this account and I'm going to do
Protect it
everything in my power to protect it. But
and
it's
keep
like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, but this is also account for you to, to use that significant capital and to trade it. So
Mm.
it's like, yeah, um, you need to find that comfortable spot, but don't get too comfortable because there's a really good saying that nothing grows in comfort zone. Everything
Mm.
grows outside the comfort zone. And again,
Yes.
obviously, I'm not saying now go and risk 10% a trade, not at all.
No.
I'm just saying make sure that you're not too overprotective and you
Mm.
let yourself grow. Because if you're too overprotective, which actually is really rare to see in traders, because more
Mm.
traders we're like
Less
passionate
protected.
and passionate. We just we want to reach all that.
That's
But yeah, I agree. Look at that. What Keenan says, that with 0.25% on larger capital means that it is almost impossible to fail. I agree. You need to go
Mm.
on a really, really big losing streak, or you need to go on that tilt where you lose yourself completely. There's
Yes.
no there's no control whatsoever. And then it's not good. It's not good at all. So hopefully we're not there. Hopefully not none of us here who are watching the stream, we're not gonna lose it. Right. So we stay
No.
in control. Um, yeah. And also another thing that I'm trying to do, once the traders are like 3% in a drawdown for day, if it's like on seniors, I try and reach out to them. And I said to the vet, it's actually two interactions I get. One is like, why are you reaching out to me? Why are you controlling me? you know, but the other one is where, thank you so much for reaching out. I was so
Yes.
low. And I just needed that reminder,
Mm.
and trading doesn't need to be lonely. You can guys also join our trading community, the Discord. And I'm there. The vet is there sharing his
Mm.
setups, his trades, his journey. And I love reading his weekly updates of how the week's been. And he comes, no matter what the result is, he's just like coming in and, you know what, guys, this week was horrible for me. So just that kind of transparency is just really, really good. But
Mm.
obviously, it is putting more pressure. That we talked about it as well with the vet. When you want to share openly, it puts a lot of pressure on yourself.
Mm.
So need to be mindful about that as well. But yeah, well, I'm gonna update how this trade goes in the Discord. We have a separate channel for AI analysis, so I'm gonna update you there if you want
Great.
to see how this trade goes. Now, I don't like saying fingers crossed. Let's hope, because I think there's vocabulary that we should not use as traders. We should not rely on hope. We should not rely on shoulda, coulda, woulda, which is like,
Yep.
oh, but it should go, but it could
Could
go.
have.
You
Would
know,
have.
we need to, yeah, we need to be more, if I say I'm taking this trade, it's because the AI analysis said that there is
Yes.
potential for the price to go higher because there is the resistance zone that the price is approaching. And I am putting the risk that I have chosen, and I'm okay with that. If it's
Mm.
losing, it will lose. It will win. If it wins, it will win. So it's like just simple as that. Trading doesn't need to be hard. It's us who makes trading
Make
hard.
that for us. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyhow, right, Devet, do you have any words of, I don't know, wisdom or something to give to traders before we leave? I don't know, like, or what's your plan for the rest of the week? Because today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday.
Wednesday.
We also don't have a lot of like big news going on as well.
No, there's
So
not a lot of news happening.
yeah.
No.
So
For me, it's just
what's
taking it slow, trying to take the best setups if there are any, and
Mhm.
then not just spend my time thinking about trading, doing other things as well. So
Yeah.
keep it balanced.
That's good. That's actually a really good advice, like to keep them in
Mm,
balance, because this is where I find that sometimes when I start to focus too much on trading,
mm,
then you know how the balance is built. This is my family, this is my trading, and when trading starts
yes,
so overtake, you just kind of family goes there, and it's like you want to try and keep it in balance.
you have to.
Um, you do, because once you
Mm,
also start to spend too much time in the charts, or you're too focused on, you know, what's going on, what's happening, you also can start to see things that are not there, you know, and maybe this is also like I don't know, something to do with analysis paralysis, where
mm,
just you just start to see things that are not there, and you start to take trades that are actually, you know, doesn't make sense really.
doesn't make
uh,
sense. So
but saying that, at that time when you are in that state of analysis paralysis, you have convinced yourself that the setup is actually there and you need to take it. And only when you snap out of it and you go
yes,
back, then you see, oh my goodness, what have I done?
yes,
And you know, guys, this is not coming from just, you know, examples. This is real experience, because I have been there. And sometimes looking back, when you know, I do daily ASRs every single day, and then I do weekly ASR. And sometimes for the end of the day, it's still hard to snap out of that, you
mm,
know, and you're just really struggling. You go next morning and you're like, oh wow, Anna, what was
mm,
this? Who was that? That was not Anna, you know,
yes,
that knows her plan, that knows what risk management is, that knows how to control the emotions. That was an alien.
and not
Trading,
alien.
an alien. Yeah. And but at the same time, that's the reality. And you know, and I really like to say that there's nothing new under the sun that I haven't done with the trading. I have been trading for over a decade, which is like makes me really old. but you know, but it's like
Experienced.
I've been, yeah, it's my baggage. I'm still packing my suitcase, okay? And it's still not ready. And the thing is, I know it's never going to be ready. I'm going to just pack my suitcase until I don't know, until I just say that's me. I'm ready
Yeah.
to step off the charts, you know, and all that.
Uh,
But
give
yeah,
us a few
anyhow,
more years, please.
few more years for sure. Yes, for
Yes.
sure. And then I'm gonna retire on my farm with all the animals. So I'm gonna be happy chappy. But
Sounds like a plan.
sounds like a really good plan. Yes, at
Yes.
least in my head, that's a great plan. But yeah, feel sorry for my husband though, but it's okay.
You'll
Right,
become a
guys.
farmer.
Yes. Right. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be live also next week. The times might change, but we're going to be live. And also, guys, please use the Discord, join the community. We're trying to be more active in there as well, do the voice
Mm,
calls in there. And I do need to say this before we leave, that there is a promotion going on 50K accounts for the senior accounts. So if you want to become a leverage trader, then you can take action and get the 50K accounts with $50 off. There we go. I did my job. Right, guys? It was good to have you here, and we will see you the next week, and the times will be said later on. Right, guys? Take
awesome.
care. Have a good week.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Right.